Hey.
Come on, man, we just want your money.
Hey, man, I just need to get,
Don't make
you
this
got some
difficult.
money?
Yeah.
Welcome to First Person Defender, where regular people come face to face with unknown attackers
Stop training, he's getting shot! The cat search! Dropping is hard!
and fight their way out.
You gonna show me your weapon?
This is First Person Defender.
A lot of us keep our guns in a quick access safe when we're at home, but how quickly can you access it when you need it most? Because in a home invasion, things happen fast. Let's see what happens right now on First Person Defender.
These force-on-force scenarios use training guns that fire non-lethal projectiles.
My name is Brian from New Orleans, Louisiana, and I'm a videographer, normally behind the camera, and now I'm in front of it. I started working with Gun Talk actually about like a year and a half ago, and over the years I've gotten to watch a lot of FPD episodes, so I've gotten to see a lot of scenarios. I've taken some classes with Chris, so I feel like my knowledge I've got a lot more these days, but this is the first time I've had to put it to the test.
I know I say this all the time, but I'm actually excited to have Brian as part of FPD today. And I'm really proud of the way I've seen him transform himself, his own personal protection, thoughts on carrying, concealed carry, safety in the home. So it's going to be really interesting to see how he can put that mental training into physical performance.
I feel pretty nervous about being on this side of the camera. It's different. I'm not used to it. I'm used to knowing the scenario ahead of time, and I'm like, oh yeah, I know what I would do. I've got a new baby on the way, and things are about to change a lot in terms of self-defense, home defense. When it comes to the home, I've had my plan in place with me and my wife. It was more of a simpler approach of just protecting her if someone breaks in the middle of the night in the bedroom. But now there's a baby in a separate room. That's another person I have to look out for, and so home defense maybe gets a little more confrontational. So I've started to think more about where my guns are in the house, making sure they're safely put away, and then making sure they're easily accessible if I need to be able to use them. So things are changing.
For today's scenario, we got Brian at home. He's going to have his bedroom where his firearm's going to be secured. He's going to get a visitor in the night. We're not sure how he's going to handle this. Does he retreat to cover? Does he handle things right in the living room? Not sure how this is going to go, but it's going to be interesting.
Sitting at home, Brian answers a knock at the door. Is he ready to take his skill from behind the camera to being the main protector?
Who's there?
Hey man, my car broke down the street. I just need to borrow a phone.
Okay, bud, yeah, you're gonna have to go somewhere else.
I just need to borrow a phone, man. I just borrow a phone. Hey.
Come on, man, we just want your money.
Hey man, I just need to get,
Don't make
you
this
got some money?
difficult. Yeah.
Just had a break-in in my home. I got 2 people down. I shot them.
Index, index, index. Tell me what happened. Tell everybody what happened.
So I was in my house watching TV, and next thing you know, I hear knocking at the door, and somebody's asking to use a phone. It's kind of suspicious to me immediately, just because this is 2023, where people have a phone on them. I was like, my original plan was just to run to the safe and get the gun out and put it on me. But by the time I was taking out the safe, I heard him come through the door, and then I saw him come to the door. And once you're in my house, I'm gonna shoot you.
Game on, right?
Yeah.
How do you feel about the way that went down?
I feel kind of good about it, but I think I wish I would have gotten to the safe a little quicker.
Okay, how do you feel about where you decided basically to stand and fight.
Yeah.
You didn't really move, or what could you have done differently? What do you think?
I mean, ideally, I could have found some cover or something, maybe could have got on the bed, maybe could have gone over here or something and made a harder shot for him, but my thinking in the moment, like in the actual moment, was basically when I got that gun out the safe, like I said, I didn't even hear him get in. I just saw him coming through the door. I felt like my best chance right there with them already being in my room was shoot him.
All right, so I had a chance to talk to the bad guys. You got good hits on the bad guys. Okay, first guy took 2 right away. Second guy that had the gun, you got 2 on him, but it's a bad trade. Why do you think?
Well, I just shot his buddy. It also could have been because I was standing in the same spot and he was able to just shoot me a bunch of times in a row.
Yes. What else could you have done to slow them down coming after you?
I wish I would have gotten to my safe faster, but once I got there and I turned around and the first bad guy was just there coming through the door, the only thing I could think that would slow him down is gunshots. And so when they came through, I'm not sure, honestly, how else I could have done it besides maybe taking cover and moving.
Sounds good. Those are great training points. I think we'll cover those next.
New from Springfield Armory is the Echelon, and it's a completely new platform for them. There's a couple important things about this gun you need to know. The COG, which is a chassis system, and the Viz optics mounting system, which lets you mount pretty much any optic very low to the bore axis, lets you co-witness your iron sights. A lot of nice features on this gun. New from Springfield Armory, the Echelon.
So first and foremost, to slow down the guys potentially coming into your house, you could have thrown the door closed.
Yeah.
When you went to the safe.
Yeah.
So if I close that door, what does that do for me?
Slows him down.
Okay, it slows them down.
It gives me the advantage of being able to get somewhere and...
All right, and it gives you a clue. If somebody is going to come into this room, they have to open the door.
Yeah.
This is a really safe spot for me because if I go this way, I'm opening myself up to that door. If I go that way, we call this a hard corner, okay? If I was going to barricade myself in a house or in a classroom, if I was a teacher and it was a school type of thing, we want to go to the hard corner. The hard corner makes it harder for them to get sights on you quickly.
Right.
I'm the first guy coming through the door. I come through the door, I see you, and I'm like, oh, crap. Well, the next guy knows that there's something coming, so immediately his gun's coming up. All right? So this time, what I want you to think about is engage the imaginary guy here just for a second, and then start going over to that hard corner, and then see how much easier it is to take number 2. Okay, so number 1, you engage him, you start moving your feet. Number 2 comes around. Look at that movement, how I had to, I'm assuming shots are coming from here, and I had to come all the way over to you, and you're already putting rounds on number 2.
Right.
Okay. How does that feel right there if they were to come in this door?
I mean, I've definitely got the advantage of being
What if we
tucked
bump
away.
into this next corner?
This one right here.
Even more so, right?
Right.
All right, we'll say this door is closed. You're in your hard corner. Door flies open. Where are you at? I come in here and I can't even get my hands up in time. So he's in the safe. He's got his hand on his gun. Action. Got hits on you too. You're getting good hits at 15 feet, 12, 15 feet. So you're able to do that, but you've got to get used to that idea of moving your feet. Let's just do it one more time. All right, action.
Missed the first one.
We can't afford to miss.
Yeah.
Could be your baby in the next room over, right?
Yeah.
All right, so let's do this one more way. We're going to do it with the door closed. I want you to take the hard corner, be set up for them, already prepared for them to come into your room. Those were 4 good hits every time, right? And you did it. That's a pretty comfortable position to be in, right?
Yeah, it's nice.
And you got to remember, the bad guys have a pretty good idea where you're at, because we've done this several times.
Yeah.
But think about someone coming in your house, has no idea where you're at.
Right.
And you've got that advantage. I mean, heck, could you take a knee?
I was thinking,
down?
I mean, not enough time between the two of them, but I was thinking like shoot one and then go there. But you can even just set up right there.
You could set up down here.
Yeah.
You could actually get low.
Right.
Because where are they looking when they come in that door?
Kind of sweeping high.
Secure it. They make a bunch of different gun safes in different sizes so you can keep your guns locked up, but also maintaining quick access when you need them most in your home. Another cool part about this is decentralized storage. You can actually put a few different ones in different places around your house so you're always ready. Check it out, secure it. The Ruger LCP Max. More ammo in a small package, almost the same size as the LCP2, but it comes with a 10-round and a 12-round magazine. Lots of 380 ACP to get the job done. It even comes with a pocket holster, and this small gun gives you lots of options on ways to carry. Summer carry, this might be the one for you. The LCP Max from Ruger.
Talk about safe storage in the house. Well, there's a couple ideas. I want to store my guns because I just have somewhere to keep them and I want them to be safe. Or do I want them to be stored and ready at hand? Well, this safe has an easy access keypad on it. My safe at home has a big dial on it and I can screw it up multiple times. So if somebody's running after me through my house, I'm probably not going to get a gun out quickly. But with a keypad like this, if I can find a tactile place where I can stage my hand and push the buttons very affirmatively, I can get that door open quickly. Now this one's still set for the factory code. It's 6 ones and then a pound, but I can make it any code I want. If it's too complicated and I have to go all over the place, it's going to be hard to do under stress. If I have to use my finger while I'm nervous, scared, someone's coming after me, I'm shaking like a chihuahua, it's going to be really hard to do. So I want to find somewhere I can ground my fingers and I can press those buttons very firmly and positively. Once the safe's open, do I know which gun is my favorite gun? Whoa, look at that, a motion activated light so that I can actually see what's going on in here. I can reach for this pistol, which is stored on a mandrel. This one's already loaded. This is an Umarex gun, so I can absolutely use this for training in the shoot house here. I'll put it back on that mandrel. I'm going to close this safe up. I'm going to give you an idea what something like this might look like. So I'll secure it. I'm running through the house. I get into my safe room, whatever it is, my bedroom. I ground my fingers on that keypad. I press the buttons the number of times I'm supposed to. I throw the door open. I pull the pistol out. There's zombies coming. I take my shots, I make my shots, rapid access. You have to think about what your mission is. Am I storing my guns or am I storing them for rapid access to defend myself and my family? So when you're choosing a safe, think about all those things we talked about. Do I want a dial? Do I want a keypad? Where's my gun going to be? Those are all things you should take into consideration.
Walther pistols have always been known for two things, grip and trigger. And they kept that with the PDP series, a very unique grip texture and a nice shape to the grip to help you hold on to the gun in all conditions and even fast shooting. Of course, a good trigger is really important for pistols, and this one is no difference, has a nice trigger. They come in a couple different sizes, they're optics ready, but it could be a duty gun, could be used for competition, could be your carry gun. The Walther PDP.
First Person Defender brought to you by Crimson Trace. Secure It. Ruger. T4E. And Range Ready. Brian finds himself back on the couch. His pregnant wife is in the bedroom. He's trained up and ready to answer the call. Things don't always go as planned. Is he ready to adapt?
Who's there?
Hey man, you know, I borrow a phone, my car broke down.
You're gonna have to go somewhere else, bud.
Man, I just need to borrow a phone for like 5 minutes.
Hannah,
Take me
get behind the
real
barrels.
quick, I just need a phone. Hey, I just need to borrow a phone. Hey man, can you borrow the phone?
Stay there. Find us some money.
I know they got some money in
Stay
here.
there. Call 911. Quietly.
Wallet, money.
Found it? Oh, he's gotta be in here somewhere.
Oh, you got me.
Call 911. You okay?
Man, we just needed a phone. Just wanted some money.
Three of them. Here, come this way. Come this way, stay behind me.
Index, index, index. What happened?
Well, a lot. So came knocking at the door, saying he needed to borrow a phone, and Hannah was back in the bed. Came in here, his knocking got a little more aggressive. I told her to get behind the barrels over here. Went into the safe, grabbed the gun, and then set up in front of her and just kind of waited for him. And then they were just kind of fishing around, and then they came through that door and screwed me up. So I had to turn around and just start getting shots on. Got shots on the first guy, got shots on the second guy. They both went down. And then the third guy I faintly heard saying something about money, maybe, something really, really light. And I was just like, I think there's a third guy. And so I just kind of peeked around the corner as slow as I possibly could and shot him.
So, a couple things. Number one, it was almost like it was scripted, the way you moved through here and set yourself up, because unlike our bad guys, you knew that the doors marked with caution tape were out of play.
Very so I thought.
So somebody came through the wrong door. But you reacted to it well. Do you feel like you protected your wife as best you could?
I feel like I did, but obviously she would not have been on there if that door was like the bedroom door, because she's now in the line of fire, kind of. So, but I mean, once it's going down, it's going down. And so I just was like, I gotta shoot him.
I'm really sorry for laughing.
No, it's wild.
The bad guy's totally screwed up. We all know that.
I thought that was intentional.
That was not intentional.
Okay.
But, okay, listen. It was great because it couldn't have been any more unscripted. It couldn't have been any more of a surprise to you. You reacted to it well.
I mean, my heart's racing. I was like, I did not expect that.
I'm proud of you for a camera guy who's been hanging around this stuff. You've taken a lot in, you've learned a lot. I want to address one point. We didn't cover it in training because I thought we'd cover it afterwards. There's absolutely nothing wrong with taking the hard corner and being in here and saying, hey, I've got a gun. If you come through this door, I may shoot you.
Right.
You know, because there's nothing wrong with giving somebody fair warning that they're coming into a potential ambush.
Yeah.
But what you said was you didn't want to say anything. You don't want to let them know where you were at.
Yeah.
And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that either. Because if they are here to do you harm, maybe you don't want to tell them.
Yeah, I felt like if I say something, I mean, just by sound, you can get an idea of where someone is in a room. And I don't want them having a clue as to where I am, especially if I heard them out there talking about money and all that stuff. So if they're just wanting stuff, you know, you can take the stuff.
Right, and there's nothing that stops people from shooting through walls or through doors or anything like that, and you could be in danger.
To see all of Gun Talk's content, go to guntalk.com, guntalktv.com, or sign up for the Gun Talk newsletter.